Hi and welcome back. Today I'd like to speak to you about an important principle. Many times we get asked the question in the gym and at other times, how much weight should I be lifting in order to be effective? And it's a good question. So many times we see people lifting too much weight or lifting far too little to do them any good or to get the results that they're looking for. Typically, guys tend to be the one extreme where they're lifting far too much weights. They'll see some other fellow in the gym lifting huge weights, big muscles, and think, I want to look like that. So they grab the nearest, biggest weight they can. Next thing you know, they're spending the next 3 months at the physio. Women, and again I'm generalizing, tend to be the other way. They tend to lift far too light. So sometimes you'll see them down the back of the gym with like a 2-kilo dumbbell doing their bicep curls while they're on their phone on the other hand. And like, come on, please, your handbag is heavier than that. So the question is, how much should you be lifting? Well, there is an important principle called the 10RM formula. And the 10RM formula is simply a way of measuring how much weight you should be lifting for the repetitions that you're doing. Now, if you're doing a lot of repetitions, 15 to 20 repetitions, you're training for muscular endurance, pushing through lactic thresholds and those types of things. If you're lifting between 2 and say 6 repetitions, you're lifting really for sheer power. So a good general formula is between 8 to 12, or typically 10 repetitions per set, regardless of the type of exercise you're doing, whether it be squats, whether it's leg extensions, lat pull downs, bicep curls, bench presses, whatever it might be. How do you determine what sort of weight you should be lifting for that? Well, the idea would be that you start off with a light weight, a weight that you can comfortably and easily do at least for the 10 repetitions. And that's just simply by testing it out. You get in the machine, you pick up the weight and you sample it and you say, could I do 10, 12, 15 repetitions on this? Go ahead and do those repetitions, but then keep going. See how many repetitions you can perform. If you're getting 12 to say 16 repetitions or even more, then that weight is far too light. So for the next set, you'd pin down or you'd pick up an extra or a heavier weight. Now, the beauty of what you've just achieved, and we'll talk about this in another video, is the set you've just done serves as a brilliant warm-up set for the exercise you're about to do. Once you've determined that that weight's too light, you go to a heavier weight. You may go down, for example, on a machine weight, another 2 or 3 plates. Then repeat the exercise. If you're only getting 6 to 8 repetitions on that heavier weight, you know that weight is now too heavy. So what you must do is then lighten the weight up a bit. By now you should have figured out roughly what weight it is that you're lifting so that you can do 10 repetitions but not 14, and that you can do 10 repetitions but aren't restricted to just 6. And that's what we call the 10 repetition formula. We know that that's a safe repetition range to work with. It's going to be effective, it's going to give you muscle toning but also working endurance, but also giving you the advantages of strength. And that's how you tell the weight that you should be lifting. Now that happens regardless of whether the weight stack or the weights and the dumbbells are listed in pounds, are listed in kilos, or there's simply just a number, plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. It won't matter because you will know intuitively now how to lift the exact amount of weight to get the result you're looking for. So that's the tip for the day. I hope it's been useful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.